This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
So the night before the Survivor Series, you guys bring back the Hall of Fame, and it's at the Marriott Marquis Hotel. This isn't the event that it is now, but it was a pretty cool little deal here at the Marriott Marquis. It's the first time that fans were allowed the opportunity to attend. Gorilla Monsoon goes in to induct the Baron. Joe Franklin is a radio host, and he's going to induct Captain Lou Albano. Don Morocco is going to be here to induct Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Arnie Scotland is going to induct Johnny Rods. Hunter Hearst Helmsley will induct Killer Kowalski. Bret Hart introduces and inducts Pat Patterson. I'm going to take a timeout right there. This was so special to your pal Pat. And it really was a cool moment where he really publicly, maybe for the first time, gives a shout out to Louie. You were there that night. What do you remember about this Hall of Fame and this special moment for your friend Pat?
It was emotional. It was, first of all, well-deserved for Patrick. And I think that it was the fact we were in New York was special. You know, it was being in the Garden and all of that. But Pat taking his rightful place in the Hall of Fame. And it was also a time for Pat to publicly recognize his life partner in Louie. And that was a huge deal to Pat. And it was a scary moment for Pat because, you know, Pat Patterson's being gay was the worst kept secret in the business. You know, it was like the open secret that everyone knew, but Pat thought no one knew.
Right.
And he was universally loved, and his preference in life had nothing to do with anything. As I've stated so many times, my love for Pat Patterson and the teachings that Pat helped me with in life in general, that I'll never ever forget. And he was my best friend. So yeah, it was a special night. And I know that Pat really wanted Bret to introduce him because Pat saw Bret as the kind of worker that he loved, and Pat really loved working with Bret, and just thought Bret was a special talent. So he had requested Bret to do the induction. I think that he probably would have wanted Vince, and I don't think he wanted to, I don't think he wanted to make that ask. I think Vince would have done it in a heartbeat. But there was also the fact that Vince's father was being inducted that night, and so kind of became a little tricky. And Pat went with Bret.
I want to mention that because Shane McMahon inducts Vincent J. McMahon, of course, posthumously. Unfortunately, Mr. McMahon's father is no longer with us here by 1996, but what a special night this was for Vince, right? I mean, his right-hand man of all these years, Pat Patterson, and he has his son induct his dad. Wow. What do you remember about his father's induction and the speech that Shane gave here?
Again, it was also emotional. I never had the opportunity to meet Vince's dad. So, I didn't come in until 1987, and his dad had since passed. Everything that I know about Vincent J. McMahon, I know from Vince. And of course, other people that have worked around him, but the majority of it, I knew from Vince. And it was highly emotional. And one of those things where Vince doesn't like to be recognized. He feels the company should take the recognition, not him personally, because to him, it is all about everybody in the company and not just him.
Right.
So it was a crazy out of pace. It was a crazy night.
Did you prefer that style of Hall of Fame versus the more traditional television show we're used to now?
Well, this one was a dinner.
Yeah.
The first few were kind of like those sit down dinners at the hotels and things. I don't know. I'm a fan of the shorter ones. I'm a fan.
We all are. We all are. The damn 6-hour Hall of Fame needs to not be a thing. We agree.
Man, and I think Lou Albano kind of did it here a little bit, but not nearly as bad. Superstar Billy Graham was the first one that got up and did the hour and a half acceptance speech, and just everybody's can I sneak out and order room service, or those long speeches are brutal. They're just brutal. So I prefer the shorter.
I get it. It's a wrestling podcast, but he's saving us money on our mortgage. You really trust this process? The reviews don't lie. 5-star review after 5-star review. We make it fast, we make it easy, and it's no cost or obligation. Give us a shot to earn your business. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did, especially if you like keeping more of your own money. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket, so what are you waiting for? Hurry to SaveWithConrad.com. Yeah.
Let's get to it, and thank you very much. It's an honor, and God bless you all, and we'll see you later.
The British Bulldog and Owen Hart would induct the Valiant brothers, Jimmy and Johnny. They're going to be the first tag team inducted. And now it's time for Madison Square Garden. It's time for the Survivor Series. Here we are. It's a sellout show, Bruce. Well, I guess it's 900 tickets short, but still, we'll count it. There's 18,647 fans in the building. Pretty good gate at the time, too. $529,522. When I say pretty good, it's the second largest gate in North America. So you have to be pretty happy with this. I mean, although it's not a WrestleMania, it's your home market. It's New York City. It's Madison Square Garden. It's a huge gate. It's a near sellout. Brett's back in the fold. Vince's dad's in the Hall of Fame. Pat Patterson's in the Hall of Fame. This has to be just a great weekend here, right?
It was. It was a great weekend, and it was an emotional one as well. So it was a lot of fun, and culminating in the garden.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.